Okay, so as we discussed in the last video how to solve radical equations, and I said there are some laws that need to be followed, and these laws are, the first one is you need to isolate the radical expression. The radical expression, it's this one, the variable which is in the root, that is what which need to be isolated alone, meaning if these they were together, so it means this one just to cross, so that the radical, the whole part of this one is a radical, it is called the radical, this one should be alone to the left hand side. Then the second law is we need to square both sides of the equation. So after leaving this one isolating it alone, we need to square both sides, meaning we have to square this both sides. Then after we have squared, then we do what? We cancel what needs to be cancelled. This 2 will go with the root. Then this side you have 2x minus 1, which is equals to, this one will be x squared. After I've done doing this, the last step is rearrange and solve the resulting equation. Now we are solving for the equation now. So let me take these guys, these they will go to the other side, so this side you can have what? A 0. So I'll start with that one. I have x squared. Then when this one crosses it becomes a what? A minus. Then this one, when it crosses it becomes a what? A positive. This side we have what? 0. So I've just swapped them, so I should not swap someone's mind here. So from here, what I'm gonna do is, now I'm solving, since when you look at this, this is quadratic equation, so meaning you can find the product. The product is the coefficient of a and the coefficient of what? The c, meaning in short is a times c. That's what our product, our a here is this one, our b is this one, our c is this one. So here we have 1, there we have 1, so our product is positive 1. Our sum is the value of b. The value of b is this one, the coefficient of x, which is not raised to power 2, just raised to power 1. Now it will be just like that. So this one you have negative 2. Then do this. Then this side we need to find the factors. Now finding the factors, we need those two numbers. When we add them, they give us negative 2. When we multiply them, they give us positive 1. And when you look at those numbers, we can just use negative 1 comma negative 1, which is simple and straight. If we add this, they'll give us negative 2. If we multiply them, they'll give us what? Positive 1. So I'm going to substitute this where there's a 2, negative 2. So x squared minus x, I'm not going to write 1x because they're just a variable. It means it has a coefficient of 1 in front. So minus x again, then plus 1 equals to 0. So here, what is common here is x. I'll factor it out. Then here, there are 2x. So here, when we remove 1 out of these 2, we are going to remain with 1. Here there is a 1, the coefficient of 1. And here there is a coefficient of 1. So meaning, this x and this x, they will cancel. This 1 which is here, the coefficient of this x, and this 1, the coefficient of this one. When negative 1 divided by negative 1, it will give us what? Negative 1. I mean positive 1 here. Sorry. So I'll close the bracket. Then I'll open here. There's a coefficient of 1, meaning it's negative 1. I'm going to write negative 1 here. Then there's a negative 1 divided by negative 1. It gives us positive 1. Then x will just remain alone inside there. Then from there we have 1 divided by negative 1. That's negative 1 equals 0. Now when you check what is in the brackets here, they're just the same. So, and even if I put this one, and just write them for the sake of someone to understand. So when you look at here in mathematics, we have -1, -1, -1. So we are not going to pick all of them, just pick one because they are just the same. So x will be -1, which is equals to 0. Then x will be equals to 1. Now we check for the, which is the last point. Now we have to check for the solution, which is what extraneous solution. Now extraneous, it means we need to check, I need to check the value of x that I found. If I found that value of x, if I equate it there, substitute where there's a x, it will not give me the value here, that is extraneous. But the one that you're going to give me the values after solving this, that one is what is needed to be the solution of this radical equation. So I'm gonna check here. I'm gonna check. So in the root I have 2x minus 1, which is equals to x. Sorry, okay, I'll just put those, but they are not supposed to be there. Then the value of x, I found it to be positive 1. So 2, 1 minus 1 equals to 1. Now this one is 2. So in the root I've got 2 minus 1. So I've got 1 equals to 1. The root of 1 is 1 as well. So meaning 1 is equals to 1. Then I'll say now the solution, the solution is x is equals to 1. Then from here I'm done. This is how the radical is being solved. Let's try one more example, which is somehow difficult, but not difficult. Yeah, we're gonna solve it. So now when you look at this question, it's not supposed to be like this. The question is 5 plus 16x squared minus 337x minus 2, then equals to 4x. This is how the question must be. Then when you have got the radical, which is like this, we have to take this guy the other side, so that's where we isolate now the issue of isolating the radical. So meaning I'm gonna just write this 16x squared minus 37x minus 2 to be equal to 4x. This guy here is positive. Now when it crosses the other side there, it becomes what? A negative. So here to be -5. So here put that root. Then from here now I have to square both sides. So I square here, even this side. So here you have 2. So this 2 is same as this, and they'll cancel each other. What is remaining is only 16x squared minus 37x minus 2 equals to this one. We have 4x minus 5. It's a difference of squared. So I'm gonna write this minus 37x minus 2 equals to 4 times 4 is 16x, 4 times -5. Let's see what's going on. 4 times negative 5, that's negative 20x. Negative 5 times this, that's negative 20x. Then negative 5 times negative 5, that will give us positive 25. So I'm gonna write this 16x squared minus 37x minus 2 is equals to 16. Now this one is squared. I'm sorry for that. So this one is 16x squared. Now negative 20x minus 20x, negative, we are adding negative, will add and use the same sign, which is negative. So here we are going to have negative 40x. Then this one will come as positive 25. Then now I'm gonna correct like terms. It says I'll bring this guy this side, or I'm gonna get this, take them the other side. But as you check, I've got 16x squared, I've got 16x squared. So it's good if you're gonna bring this to the left hand side. So 16x squared, I'm taking this one, which is positive, it becomes a negative 16x squared. Then from there I'm gonna write 37x, which is, I'll bring this 40, it's negative this side, then when it crosses it becomes what? A positive 40x. Then I'm gonna write negative 2. This one, as it crosses, it's a positive, it becomes a what? A negative as well. So it will be negative 25. I'm sorry for that. Equals to 0. So there's this side. That what is remaining is what? Nothing. So just write 0. So now 16x and 16x squared, they'll cancel each other. So negative 37x plus 40x, because of this negative, it will affect the positive, so we are going to subtract and get the sign of the bigger number. So when you subtract 40 minus 37, that's a 3. So 3x. Here it's negative, this is negative 2 minus 25, that will give us negative 27 to be equals to 3. Now this one is like a simple quadratic as well, so I'm gonna do this. I'm going to take this the other side like terms, because it has no variable, it's just a coefficient. Then this side also I'll take it to the friend, which is 0. So to be equals to 27, which is positive as it crosses. Then I'll solve for x by dividing by 3. Then this and this, they'll cancel. I'll have x to be equals to 3 into 27 is something that is known to be 9. Then from here I'll check now for the what? Extraneous equation. Since there's nothing like, I'll check for this one is straightforward. If this one is not gonna give us the answer there, or then we'll know it's not a solution or it's a solution. But now let's check. So gonna check. So checking, I'll write this one. I'm gonna write this one. I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna take this one, but I'll not power them, because 5 it will cross to the other side where there's a friend. So I'm gonna write it 6x squared, 16 I mean, minus 37x minus 2. Please, this part is alone, this side. I'm just checking. So equals to 4x minus 5. So I'm gonna equate now, where there's a x, I'll substitute what? 9. So I'll have 16 9 squared minus 37 9, then minus 2 equals to 4, then 9 minus 5. So up now what is here is 9 squared, that's 81. So 16 here we have 81 minus what is 39 times 9. Can use this piece of work to find it. So 39 times 9. Aye. So since this we don't use a calculator, so we can use which way that you are comfortable with. 9 times 9 is 81, so I'm gonna write 1 carry 8. 9 times 3, that's 27, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 27 plus 8, that will give us 35. That will give us 35. Then I'll write 351, which is minus 2, equals to 9 times 4. That will give us what? That will give us 40. If I'm not mistaken, can it give us 40? No, times 3 is 9, is 27, then it will give us 36. Give us 36 minus 5. So here 16 times 81, I'm gonna use the same method here. 81, then 16 times 1 times that one is 6. 6 times 8, that's that will give us what? 42, then 50, give us 50. How? 6 times 8, that 6 times 6, that's 36. Then 36 plus 12, 38, 48. Give us 48. Then write 0 there, or you leave it. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 8 is 8. We add, here we have 6, here we have 9, here we have 12. So meaning we have got 1296, which is minus 2. This one is negative, that one is negative, so it will add, which is 353, which is equals to 31. 36 minus 31. Okay, so now when you look at this one can't be the solution, because just solving it, it will tell us if I subtract here, it will not give me what is this side. So here this one can't be the solution, so write x to be equals to 9 is not the solution for this radical. So this is our answer. Okay, see you in the next video.